In just a few minutes, small business owners can now sign up for Blackfoot Communication Services. Whether it's dependable voice options or internet services, sign up simply by visiting blackfootsmallbusiness.com. Click on the services you wish, select an installation time and date, and you're done. Small business services at the touch of your fingers. Connect to more with Blackfoot Communications and blackfootsmallbusiness.com.
Hello, good evening, everybody. Colter, Nuanez, Skyline Sports, SkylineSportsMT.com in collaboration with ESPN MT. Appreciate you for joining us. Appreciate you for watching along on our YouTube channel. Been a fun edition, been fun making these videos. This is a Players to Watch video for Eastern Washington. The Eagles in Missoula to take on the Montana Grizzlies. Second to last regular season game of the season. The final regular season home game for the Grizzlies. Pretty crazy to have these two teams, these two, dare I say, rivals. Eastern always calls Montana their rival. Montana, lately at least, has not been calling Eastern their rival. But crazy to have a mid-November game in which there's only playoff implications and ramifications on one side. But the Grizzlies do have playoff ramifications from this game, which actually means that there's playoff ramifications on Eastern side too, because they could play spoiler. It's been a complete flipping of the script for Eastern Washington so far this year. Usually the Eagles lighten up scoreboards, and usually it's Eastern Washington that's averaging 42 points per game. Instead, that's what they're giving up. And usually they're giving up about 25, 26, 27 points per game, and instead they're giving up 42 and only averaging 24. So it's been a down year at Eastern. We knew the schedule was going to be tough, but that sort of compounded itself. And they enter this game at 2-7 overall. So it's been a tough year for Eastern Washington. They do have some skilled and talented offensive players. The quarterback is Gunnar Talkington. He's been at Eastern for quite some time. He has the unenviable task of trying to take over for Eric Berrier, the Walter Payton Award winner a year ago. But Talkington is a redshirt senior, so he's been around the program. He knows the system. He's been good. I guess I should say he's been fine throwing the ball so far this year. He's actually third in the Big Sky Conference in passing yards per game. He's thrown for 2,308 yards, 22 touchdowns, and 8 picks, thrown for 256 yards per contest. But that's just a far cry from what Eastern Washington usually can produce. And so he's solid, but they've usually had a plus guy at quarterback, not usually always, for about 20 years. But that's the least of their worries. It's the defense that's really held Eastern Washington back. The primary pass catchers for the Eagles, and both these guys are very good, some of the best in the league. Redshirt junior Freddie Roberson and sophomore Efton Chisholm III. Roberson's the bigger of the two. He's 6'2", 195. Chisholm goes about 6 foot, 200. Chisholm, they like to throw the ball to in space, but short, and let him work after the catch. Roberson could do that a little bit, but he also has huge downfield ability. He had a couple really long touchdowns. He had a long touchdown against the Cats earlier this year. He had a long touchdown last week against Idaho, and he's one of the leading receivers in the conference. He's got 718 yards receiving and 7 receiving touchdowns. Chisholm has been a high-volume guy. He's got 54 grabs, and he has 6 touchdowns for Eastern Washington.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. All the way up. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. Shorty, what you want? Shorty, what you need? My niggas run game. We ain't never leave. Counting up this money. We ain't never sleeping. You got V12s. I got 12 V's. Got bottles. Got weed. Got Molly. I'm all the way up. Shorty, what you want? I got what you need. Shorty, what you want? I got what you need.
Defensively for the Eagles, Mitchell Johnson is a kid, I guess a man now because he's a 5th-year senior, maybe even a 6th-year senior there for the Eagles. But a kid out of Eugene, Oregon, or right around that area. And I guess maybe Portland. Westland is more of a Portland suburb there. But he's a guy that he actually originally committed to Montana State, but then somehow the offer fell through, and so he then fell to Eastern. Not that that's like a downgrade. At the exact moment, actually, he was picking a program that was much better state of affairs than at MSU. But he's a guy that's been around for a while. He's their most veteran defensive lineman besides Joshua James. And he's been their best sack guy so far this year, 4 sacks. But they only have 11 sacks so far this year. That's second to last in the league. So look for Mitchell Johnson up front. Eli Doyle is an Arizona State transfer. He's a 6'1", 190-pound redshirt junior in the defensive backfield. He's been there for a couple years, but he's playing in a lot higher role, more productive role so far this year. He's got 71 tackles, which is 20 more than anyone else on the team. And then you got Demetrius Crosby, who's a talented corner, a redshirt junior, and a guy that had a pick against the Grizzlies last year in their 34-28 win over Montana in Cheney. These two teams played twice last year. The Eagles won the night game in Cheney, 34-28, and then the Grizz got revenge, a 57-41 win over the Eagles in Missoula. Eric Berrier threw 80 passes and for 530 yards, but the Grizz just ramshackled the Eagles. They got touchdowns in a whole variety of ways. So a Montana team that had a bounce-back 57-0 win over Cal Poly last week, and that has to have this one if they want to keep their playoff hopes alive and well. Should be a fun one in Missoula on Saturday afternoon. There's some players to watch for the Eastern Washington Eagles. Thanks for tuning in to our YouTube channel here at Skyline Sports. And be sure to always check in, SkylineSportsMT.com, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Get these videos delivered right to your mobile device. Skyline Sports, SkylineSportsMT.com, every day, every season.
Join Town Pump's Pump It Up Rewards Plus program and never pay full price for fuel again.
Save 5 cents on every gallon every day at any Town Pump across Montana.
Plus, earn and redeem points on your favorite in-store items to get free stuff with our clubs.
Stop in and pick up a rewards card. Download the Pump It Up Rewards Plus app today.
Or visit townpump.com/rewards to register and start saving.